Hello, everyone. It's your boy Savar Matner. This is a premiere video. I didn't do a live stream this week, guys. I had a serious muscle strain in my upper back. It's been a real busy week. I was still kind of getting over the shocking upset of the Dolphins beating us out. God, that video's coming. The actual videos from the game is coming. I just had time to put it together this week. Also, my fitness channel will launch today with the first two videos already been pre-recorded. Just got done with editing. So that will be up, and I will be probably sharing the links here via next week in the next live stream, or I'll put a community tab up and so you guys can go to the channel and watch it, where I'll be doing only fitness content. It should be strictly fitness reactions, going over my exercises, other fitness influential exercises, talking about fitness as a whole, from mental health to spiritual health to overall health. So that channel is for you guys and for women that want to actually build a physique and not being sold a bill of goods, and same for men. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a lot more women watching that channel than men, because I don't have a body like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But there it is what it is. I really don't care. If I can help one person change the trajectory of their health, I did a good thing. So now I'm gonna be brief because I just got done recording a 50-minute video about my upcoming predictions for the Atlanta Falcons. So that video will be out before you guys see this. I got about 30 minutes because I gotta go do some shit today. I'm gonna be kind of brief. Okay, I'm gonna take 30 minutes, but you guys know I talk for 2 or 3 hours, so I'm gonna be kind of brief with this. We're gonna talk about the government shutdown, right? We're going on to a month. We're gonna talk about the government shutdown. We're going to talk about Geekdom 101 in the Dragon Ball community, because guess who done kind of ripped off a video or two. Yeah, guess who. Yeah, just guess who. And we're going to talk about what's going on with the Mike Israetel drama, because it's to the point now to where I'm going to be the first one to say it. I have absolutely no respect for channels that hide the content creator behind stupid AI fucking drawings. Any type of drawing, I have no respect. If you're not meant to show your face and talk shit, then making those videos, I don't know why people think they can be found out. But I'm going to talk about this because Greg Doucette is stirring the pot, so to speak, and it is what it is. And the guy that tried to knock off Mike Israetel, it done backfired in his face, because let's just face it. When you try to hate on a person so much because you don't like them, you try to delete them off the internet, you just put more eyes on their product. Have you guys not figured that shit out yet? But I digress. Before I get to all that, let's talk about the government shutdown. I understand the government has its flaws. The government has its flaws. Okay? There are a lot of things wrong with this government. There are a lot of things that's great with this government. The problem is, though, is when you get hungry with power. That's when we have an issue with this government. There are a lot of Republicans and Democrats that done lost their jobs for the federal government. There are a lot of Republicans and Democrats that's going to lose a lot of benefits this weekend. SNAP, that's food stamps. WIC for the pregnant women, right? There are a lot of Republicans and Democrats that might lose their homes, their cars, their businesses, all because one party ran by one man can't get the fuck out their own way. And then you got another party that's ran by a whole bunch of old crybabies that don't see the greater need to try to work with the opposite party that took everything from them to try to keep things going until the next presidential election. Both parties are at fault here. And the reason why Congress doesn't give a fuck about what's going on at the other levels is because they're still getting paid. And I'm a veteran, so I'm lucky. I'm still getting paid. There are a lot of people like me that we're lucky we're still getting paid. But for how much longer? And then on top of that, inflation's getting higher. Food prices are going up more. It's the holiday season, so a lot of companies can't push it on sale because tariffs on other country shit is keeping prices high for our shit that's already high because of inflation. And yeah, we decide we're gonna shut the fucking government down to try to cool things down from spending, because that's one of the reasons why they did it. But in the same sense, a lot of people's losing every motherfucking goddamn thing. The House and the Senate, especially the Senate, hasn't been in office for over a week, damn near, maybe 2 weeks. Isn't nobody's trying to talk? You know, it's funny. When you're wealthy and you're financially stable, you don't worry about shit like this. So it's not an urgency for Trump to do anything because he's a billionaire. He's not missing any meals. People in Congress isn't missing meals. I don't give a fuck how much shit AOC talk. She ain't missing a meal because she's still getting a paycheck. Bernie Sanders, he's getting a paycheck. Elizabeth Warren, Amy Klobuchar, all them Democrats that be talking out their ass, Chuck Schumer and shit, they all still getting a paycheck. Same with the Republicans. Funky ass, lying ass, rat face ass Ted Cruz, Jim Jordan, Lindsey Graham, all them motherfuckers, Marjorie Taylor Greene, every last one of them is getting a motherfucking paycheck. Cash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah, shit. Yeah. She's getting one. Pete Hegseth. All of them getting one. But look at the common American people. I ain't talking about the wealthy motherfucker. I'm talking about people like me that's not real wealthy. I'm not really broke, but I'm not really financially up there yet to where I don't have to worry about watching how much I spend at Walmart, because guess what? I still do. I have to watch how many times I go to the store, because I got to make it through a whole fucking month. See? Wife and kids, we got to make it through a whole motherfucking month. See? Some of y'all put on this fake anger, come on the motherfucking internet, you rich in the motherfucker, and you trying to act like you struggling. Bacardi sellers, it's one of them. I think I'm talking my motherfucking head, right? Fucking goddamn AOC. Like y'all ain't struggling for shit. Y'all ain't talking to people like us. Now, there's a lot of elections coming up, midterms coming up, a lot of shit gonna happen. This is gonna go one or two fucking ways. Do I think the Democrats is gonna have a blue wave come back in real soon? Fuck no. Because see, the reason why the government really is shut down, it's not because Trump and the Republicans are being jackasses. They need the majority of the House and the Senate. That means you gotta side with the Democrats on shit. And the Democrats they needed like 7 Democrats. They didn't want to sign the bill in the law, which you gotta sign the law in the Senate, right? Because the Senate is what puts you in the legislation. The House controls the money a lot of times, and the Senate is what goes through legislation. And then it goes into power once it reaches the president's desk. Okay. So they need Democrats. But Democrats are holding out, like Hakeem Jeffries and shit, for subsidies and more funding for Obamacare. People are barely able to afford insurance now, let alone Obamacare, because they ain't got no job. People worry about trying to keep a roof over their head. Fucking worry about Obamacare. So y'all say, oh, we ain't gonna sign this shit. Now, help for the American people. America needs to get their own asses healthy. And that means stop eating highly processed carbohydrates and shit. That means get up and do more activity. That means put these motherfuckers the fuck down. That means get out and work, get out and move, get out and do some activity. Lose fucking weight. Some people are born with diabetes. Some people are born with cancer. Some people just have unluck. So I'm not talking to them. Well, if you got diabetes and you're 300 pounds, I am talking to you. But, you know, you're born with cancers and certain issues that it cause you not to be able to get up and move. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the average American that know they need to do better with themselves and their health, and they sit there and abuse the motherfucking system. That's who the fuck I'm talking about. But Democrats want to make everybody suffer because we want Obama. Fuck Obamacare. Fuck Obamacare. Okay? The reason why it's so important to y'all because it's by Barack Obama. That's why it's so important to keep that alive. Worry about that later on down the motherfucking line. What you can't take away is the man's history. That's in the history books. So we know Obamacare exists. What about the American people that need to eat and live and need a job to work, especially if they work for the federal fucking government? These small businesses that were funded by the federal government, man, think they're getting funded right now? No, because Democrats. And Republicans ain't no goddamn, they're not fucking exempt either. Because they made it virtually impossible for the Democrats to want to work with them with a lot of shit that they put in their packet, which still would have made it harder on the average fucking person. See, America, and I wasn't the biggest Kamala Harris supporter. I think had she got in there, it'll be a little bit worse than what it is because, you know, Israel and Ukraine and shit. You can do everything, but you can't even take care of your own people here at home. And then you just want to give my money away for the sex change and shit. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. But you put Trump in there because he promised you a whole bunch of shit. Farmers are pissed off. You gonna get meat from Argentina and shit? If Kamala Harris would have got in there, yeah, it might have been a little bit worse than where, but the government wouldn't be shut down. Might be going up there a little bit, but the government wouldn't be shut down. Probably won't have all these high tariffs on shit, so food prices won't be too fucking goddamn sky high. Inflation might be up there, but food won't be so goddamn sky high. But America wanted a man in power. They didn't want a woman in power. So now, and guess what? Republicans, because it's mainly y'all are turning on Trump faster than what Trump turned on y'all. And I love it. I'm just sitting back watching. But the problem is, you're not going to change the trajectory if you don't change your constituents that you have representing your districts. I should say representative. You're the constituents. Us. I give you an example. If I don't like Marjorie Taylor Greene, which I don't, but she represents my district, she up there in northwest Georgia, Dalton and shit, right? But let's say, who represents my district? What's the reverend name? Fucking shit. He does Mother King Church over there. Fucking fuck man. Goddamn, I can't think of his name. You fuck shit. It'll come to me in a little bit. I can't think of his motherfucking name right now. Warnock. Reverend Warnock. Goddamn, Warnock. If Warnock wasn't doing this job, and then we got another guy too. I can't think of his name. Save my soul. We got two people from Georgia. I can think of the other guy's name. Ossoff. So let's say Warnock and Ossoff wasn't doing their fucking jobs for me in my district. You think I'm gonna vote for Ossoff and Warnock the next election? Fuck no. Fuck no. When you are loyal to your party That is the dagger of the American government system. It's okay to be a Democrat and vote for the Republican Party sometimes. And it's okay to be a Republican and vote for the Democrat Party sometimes. Or the majority of us that go down the center like senators, we just want to put the person in office that's going to do the fucking job. I'm proud of service. I wasn't loyal to a party. I was loyal to America. That's how all mindsets should be. But you got the diehard leftists, you got the diehard rights. And when you got diehards like that, there's no coming together. And it's more of that in Congress and in America more than ever now because of the president. See, your country is what you elect the officials to make it to be. Huh? The country is what you elect the officials that make it out to be. When you put people in power that spits diversity, when you put people in power that only care about lining their pockets, when you put people in power that don't give a fuck if you go hungry, that's the country you get. Did you check the temperature? I just said this when Charlie Kirk got assassinated. Check the temperature around America right now. It's hot. Oh, it's real hot. And it's cold outside here in Georgia today. Right, it probably ain't cold now. It was cold. It's more than 30s. But it's hot. Everybody mood swings a little bit up there right now. Because stress. Ooh, stress is a silent killing motherfucker. It's silent, but deadly. But it's like that because we put people in power that didn't need to be in power to begin with. And that go on the Democratic side and the Republican side. Yes, Joe Biden wasn't a bad president. He was just very naive, and he didn't even run his party the last 2 years. His aides and shit did. Let the House Speaker Kareem Jean, whatever fucking name was, tell it now. The Canadian chick, let her tell it now. She done switched parties. She done left. She wrote a book, tell all and shit. That's what they all do. They snitch and they get out the office. Try to make a quick buck. Biden, in my opinion, shouldn't have been the nominee to challenge Trump for the 2021 election. He shouldn't have been that. He shouldn't have been the one. Period. You had a couple of other people out there that should have been challenging fucking Trump. Put Biden up there, 80-some-year-old fucking man. Then he goes out, does something that never been did before, and elect a woman to be his vice president, which was okay because women deserve that honor. Instead of going for Hillary Clinton or somebody that's a little bit more in tune, I'm not saying that Kamala Harris wasn't qualified for the job. Kamala Harris was more about the show. She was more about helping those that don't want to help themselves. And she was about helping a lot of them damn transgenders out too that were trying to take away a lot of women's rights. I'm just putting it out there. That wasn't the movement that America needed right now. America needed a movement that was going to make it fair for both Republicans and Democrats. Biden was doing more shit for the Democrats. Now Trump is doing more shit for the Republican Party. But Trump is doing it in a way that he doesn't give a fuck about his diehard MAGA Republican Party neither. Because a lot of them are farmers. Redneck motherfuckers. They're farmers. A lot of them actually work in Congress. That's getting rotted right now. Furloughed. A lot of them are contractors for overseas jobs. A lot of them are vets like me. The VA's furloughing workers. Your medication getting backed up. You can't get your appointments on time. Some of us draw Social Security. Some of your subsidies and benefits of that getting fucked. And they're Republicans. They're Republicans. The diehard, they both for Trump Republicans. And Trump's like, hey, fuck all y'all. But we put the man in power, so we all have to deal with it. And you fix it by voting. You get your ass up and you vote come midterms. And the Democrats will take one chamber away. And I think that chamber is going to be the Senate. I don't see them getting the House back no time soon. Once again, the House is what finances and this shit goes to the House. But that's the House is for financial gain. The Senate is legislation, laws, and serious shit that have to go to the Senate before it goes to the House for funding and shit, right? So the Democrats have a better chance of getting the Senate back, in my opinion, come midterm than the House. Now, if that happens, that cuts some of Trump's power down. That means now he has to work with the Democrats on shit. And it should always be a balanced chamber. I think when you have a president like how we had Biden and he had the House and the Senate for the first 2 years, yes, everything was getting done for Biden standards, but it was causing more debt because we were helping and giving money away. Now Trump has it, and yes, it's causing more debt because he done got loony with tariffs and shit. But it's this the Republicans. He's doing what he said he was going to do. Not this shutdown coming, but he said he was going to do what he said he wanted to do. So I think having a balanced Congress, Democrats get the Senate, Republicans get the House. Yeah, shit might not get done in according to time fashion, but now you're forced to work with the opposition. I think if the Democrats get both House and the Senate, which I doubt, the first thing they're going to do, the very first thing they're going to try to do if they get both House and the Senate is to impeach Donald Trump. And guess what? They're still going to need Republican votes. And they're not going to get it. The only way that will happen, Trump will have to start doing some egregious shit. And then the Republicans don't want to risk impeaching them while they got the House and the Senate because they want to get reelected. So if they enact the impeachment, a lot of those men and women are going to lose their seats. But if the Democrats enact the impeachment, a handful of them might lose their seats for voting inside with the Democrats. Because no matter what your president might do, you're going to have your die-hard supporters, no matter if they're getting fucked around or not. We call them blind sheep. You're going to always have your small circle of fucking people that Trump can shit on their heads. And Trump can sell them a bill of goods, and they will still go out and vote and support. Those people will be the ones that will vote to remove some of those constituents out of power if they side with the Democrats. Now, I can't say that's a possibility of happening based on how Trump's been doing a lot of shit. Because there are a lot more Republicans that side with the Democrats now, which is not a bad thing. But he hasn't done anything bad enough yet to make most of the Republicans side with the Democrats. When that happens, then you will see a shift in momentum at Congress level. Do I think he's going to do that? He's Donald Trump. Donald Trump doesn't know how to get out of his own way, let alone do things that make sense. Some of his laws I do agree with. I'm going to be on the record and say I agree with. But this shutdown was stupid. It was completely unnecessary. Because there are a lot of things you guys have probably noticed is that's going up and changing exponentially now. Watch the gas. Watch your food. Watch household items. Just keep an eye on all that shit. The longer that we stay shut down, the worse that stuff is going to get. I believe in the next 2 weeks, it will be open. I also believe Trump wants to beat his first record of a shutdown, like 35 days, some shit. I think he wants to beat that. So I say expect about 45 days, some shit like that. So I give about another 2 weeks. And then it'll open up before Thanksgiving. Because guess what? Black Friday's coming up. Thanksgiving's coming up. Veterans Day's coming up. You got a lot of holidays coming up. So Trump knows that the government need to be opened up during that time because that's when America is going to spend most of its money for the year. That's just me. So that's my opinion. I think there will be a change in the Senate, it'll go back to the Democrats, I believe. I think the House will stay to Republicans because, like I say, the House controls a lot of money, whereas the Senate has to sign things in legislature, and then, you know, it'll go back to the House for funding, and it gets signed in the House and whatever, right? That's just how it works. Then, you know, you got the judicial side. That's all Supreme Court side. And then that's going to matter too real soon. The Supreme Court, that's going to matter really soon. Think I'm lying? Just watch. I got a feeling the Supreme Court going to start getting in there and titting and tatting, and just give it time. Just give it time. Changes is slowly happening because there's a lot of shit that just isn't right now in Congress. And I think before it gets too bad and the American people start to assemble up there, they're going to make some changes. There are a lot of people that depend on SNAP. I'm not talking about the ones that abuse the system. I'm talking about there are people that literally depend on SNAP. They're single parents. They're trying to work. They got kids, maybe disabled kids. They can only work so many hours, so they need food stamps. I'm not talking about the ones that don't need food stamps, but they're rigging the system. They're getting food stamps, and then they're selling food stamps. I'm talking about men and women that depend on this because they have some type of issue, serious issue, and they're not gonna get paid. WIC for pregnant women that don't have no insurance for a pregnancy and shit like that because they can't afford it because of the job, whatever. They're not gonna get paid. I mean, get their benefits. It's sad. It's sad in America. And so that's why I believe the Democrats are going to take the Senate back, because that's legislation. That's legislation. Period. Give it time. Go out and vote. Make your voices be heard. Make a change. Let's talk about Dragon Ball real quick. Let me share my screen here. You know, I'm gonna get me out the way too. You know, I'm not gonna say that people's ideals doesn't correspond with other people's ideals. What I am gonna say is, based on what I know, based on what I was told, it seemed like when I do live streams and videos, stuff happens. And I give you an example. About a month ago, Geetham dropped these videos. And I said in the live stream around that time that, yeah, it was some projects coming out. I knew this. My last live stream, I confirmed it because Geetham did a video on it. Now, all of a sudden, he had this shit. I ain't watched that. But then he did a Marvel Arc seasonal. Find out it was clickbait, by the way. And then he did a call-in live stream after hours. Fucking thing right here. Talking about the future of Dragon Ball. Okay. Let me say something real quick. The future of Dragon Ball is not as bright as you guys think it is. See, Dragon Ball is about to end. And let me say this so you can hear me in the back. It's about to end. Once the manga is finished being syndicated and being published, once the anime goes through and it's done, it's done. When Super ends, it is done. Why you guys think it's been taking a long time, such a long time, for Dragon Ball to continue? They was working on this the last couple of years. They just wanted to do it, so when they bring it back, it's all the way through, no more breaks. They're going to do it right for the fans. But what we have here, okay, is a situation where a lot of you believe that Dragon Ball is going to continue for another 20 years. That's not what's about to happen. There are video games coming. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 is rumored to be on the docket, as well as Dragon Ball Fighters 2. I do know there will be a DLC pack for Dragon Ball Fighters. Not just that Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku, Vegeta, Kid Vegeta from Daima, Kid Goku from Daima, and a couple of other ones. I think it'll be 2 different packs coming. I know all that. But you don't see me talking about it right now, do you? Yeah. Because if I talk about it too much, then I see bigger YouTubers take the videos, and then when the shit happens, they get recognition. I don't get recognition. It's going to be a lot of content that's coming for Dragon Ball in the next 5 years. And that's about it. The Morrow and the Granola arcs may or may not be animated. They may or may not be movies. We don't know that yet. That I do not know. I am fairly confident though that there's a follow movie to Superhero. Okay. And if my memory serves me correctly, after the Tournament of Power was Morrow, but between the Tournament of Power was Brawley. And then Superhero comes after Granola, if I recall, or before Granola. So if they do an anime, it will make more sense to animate the Morrow and the Granola arc. But since they did the Superhero mini arc right now, it makes no sense to try to animate the Morrow arc. So what you do, you make them movies. Because a movie releasing doesn't have to be in order. It doesn't have to be in order. That's just, it doesn't have to be in order. I keep saying they could drop Morrow and Granola right now, and we know it came before fucking Superhero. And that's what from what Lil Berry told me, believe is going to happen. There is a movie planned after Superhero, and the manga is slated to continue. The animation of Super is a different story because they have to accommodate for the voice actors. Okay? The voice actors right now are old. Some of them working on other projects. Some of them want more money. So there's a lot of things about the anime. Anime may not see a light of day for another 3 or 4 years. But I was also told that the animation is done. Just the voice actors got to reprise their roles. You're all caught up now with the Dragon Ball gossip. Now when the shit happens, just remember me over here. That's all. I don't care about it. Just say, hey, Savar Matner said that. He said that. Just remember me. Because what's going to happen, the shit's going to start trickling down like it's been, right? It's going to keep trickling down. And then the big channels, oh, yeah, we told you guys. No, you know where they get the information from? Small channels like me. And I know this because I was told this. Now, every big YouTuber is not like that. So I'm going to clarify now. Not every big YouTuber is like that in the anime world. There's just a couple of them. Just a couple of them. So you're hearing it here first about what's going to happen with Super. And that's because maybe I know somebody. You know, I might be black, but I don't mean I don't know people. Just it. Now, let me end this shit with this Mike Israetel stuff. I'm going to be about 5 minutes on this. You know, Greg, you's a motherfucker, Greg. You's a motherfucker. See, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here, and thank God, I figured out how to zoom up with the keyboard. What we have here is a guy that's assessed with Mike Israetel. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and Jeff number 2, but Mike Israetel take the cake. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And keep going. It's more. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I think that's it. 18. Good Lord. Yeah. So anyway, here's the thing about the Mike Israetel stuff. See, don't know, ain't nobody perfect. Don't nobody bass 1,000. Okay. Mike Israetel PhD is in question. All right. It seems like it's some shenanigans wrong with that. I'm not gonna dominate. You guys can go research all that and look at the guy that talked about it. I ain't got time for this shit. What I don't understand is, why do people fucking care so much about a man that's successful? You know, I watch Mike Israetel. I don't agree with everything he says, but he actually makes a lot of sense when it comes to fitness. A whole lot of sense. Okay. I don't too much care about his AI fetishes and all that shit. I only care about what he knows about fitness. Okay. He tried to bodybuild. No, he kind of dropped the ball with them. I will say that. But when it comes to helping people, he's pretty good at that. His channel is growing. And that's what I'm bringing this up for. See, Greg is trying to destroy Mike Israetel, but his channel only gained some subs. As a matter of fact, let's compare the two channels. You guys can't see, so give me a second. Let's compare the two channels. Let me see what I'm looking for. What do I go? It's been a while. Let me look at my phone. It's been a while. We're going to compare the two. I can't think of the goddamn website. I know it's on my phone, but I can't think of the goddamn website off the top of my motherfucking head. It's been so long. Here we go. Social Blade. I don't know why I could think of the goddamn site. Yeah. So let's look at the fucking goddamn channels. Let's do this. Couldn't think of Social Blade for some reason. Social Blade. Let's look at. I know Greg got some subs because, you know, most of them hate Mike Israetel. So. God damn. There we go. Come on. There he is. And then do this. Give me a second. Because this needs to be set. I think I spelled that right. Actually, not Mr. Beast. Nah, okay. Hold on. We're gonna do this. Holy shit. You know what? It's gonna be Renaissance. Okay, I think that's what it's gonna be called. Give me a second, guys. I'm doing this in real time. I'm not gonna edit shit neither. Hold on. I'm gonna make sure. Well, I know Mike Israetel has his own channel, but I want to make sure that here we go. Right here. Make sure I put this in correctly, because this is there we go. I don't want to fuck that up. Now, let me share my screen here. Let me zoom up a little bit. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. This right here is, I'm gonna zoom up on, yeah, this is Greg Doucette. Now, Greg Doucette, he done gained some subs. Okay, I'm gonna slide myself in the corner real quick. he done gained some subs, okay? Because it's Greg Doucette, and a lot of the younger people and haters of Mike Israetel. Okay. He's gaining subs, right? Two daily average. So he's gaining a sub a day, right? With those videos, subscribers. He's gaining about 600 subs a day. So about 600 a day. That's his daily average of views. That's his video per week, and that's how much he makes a day. And weekly averages. So he gained 20,000 subs over the last week and last year they made somewhere about $50,000. Okay. Based on that, let's look at Mike Israetel real quick. And Mike got more subscribers, almost 4 million. Greg got like almost 2. Let me show up here. Greg is at 2.37 million. So I've got to mention that. So anyway, he done lost 10,000 subs over the last 30 days. And that's fine. That happens a lot of times when you try to roast people. So right now he's losing 333. Okay, well, it'll flip. 10K. Now over the last 30 days, and I'm going to tell you why the 10K is important. That's based on that PhD video. Now, eventually what's going to happen is this is going to stop. Okay. And he made a lot more money than Greg. But the subs, him losing 10,000 subs in 30 days was when they dropped that news on that video. And that's why Greg is hammering him, because he lost 10,000 subs in 30 days, whereas Greg gained 20,000. And a lot of that has to do with them videos that Greg is doing. Now, what I believe is going to end up happening is Mike's going to get an uptake. He's going to get an uptick. Because you can only keep beating a dead horse so long while it's down before people get tired of it. And that's what Greg is doing. Greg complains about people bullying him all the time, but yeah, he's making 12 videos on Mike Israetel. Now, do I see Mike's channel is going to still grow? Absolutely. Absolutely. That 10,000 sub loss is like I say, it's a nominal, what you call it, abnormality right now going on. That's, you know how you have a bad football game and then you played two or three games and you were doing good, and then say that you're running back and you had like 100 yards for the first 2 games, and then you had like 20 yards, right? So your overall average took a big ass hit, right? You were averaging 23 points per game based on your fantasy, based on yards. So you like 130 yards a game. So it's like 26 points per fantasy. And then you get like 20-something yards on the third game. That just bring your average down like 19 points a game. That means you're averaging like maybe 90 yards a game. So that's what's going on with Mike Israetel. That's all that it is. So Greg gonna keep on beating him up, making videos off of him, gonna turn his fan base off. Not just him, all the other YouTubers. You know who I'm talking about. I ain't talking about the ones that made 1 or 2 videos and they're done with. I'm talking about the ones that's just beating this dead fucking horse. When you try to bring down someone that's powerful and Mike Israetel, it doesn't bode well in the end. It's the same with Liver King. Everybody try to bring down Liver King. Look at Liver King. Liver King still got money, walking around here losing his sight, losing his fucking mind. But he's still beloved by every motherfucking goddamn body. Hate doesn't bring to an end a person that you just despise. If you don't ever talk about them or give them attention, guess what? They'll go away. See, when you start bringing up a lot of hate, people are then go watch the channel. Let me see what the fuck he talking about. They'll go click on my channel. Well, guess what? Yes, he's losing subs. Subs don't nearly count as much as views, baby. Subs don't count. It's the views that matter. His views went up. That's why I left it in. He made a lot of money in Greg because his views went up. He had a lot of people that went and watched. And his loyal fans that claim to be loyal, them the ones that unsubbed and went to Greg's channel and them other channels. But then his diehard fans stayed. And he had a lot of outside eyes came and watched. So Mike made like $60,000 more in the last 30 days than Greg, based on what Greg and them was doing. If you want to get rid of Mike Israetel and anyone, don't talk about it. You don't give them no attention. People start watching, views go way down. He ain't making no money. So the views mean more in this game on YouTube and any other platform than the subs do. Subs get you monetized. How you get monetized ain't about the subs, it's about the views. Yes, you respect your subs. I respect my little channel. I respect every sub I get. But subscribers will unsub just like that if you make one video they don't like, or if they hear one bad thing about you, or you're not giving them the content that they want. They'll unsub like that. And then they'll still watch. They just won't sub. They'll be a casual watcher. And then when you make a few videos that they like, they'll come and watch. I just want the eyes to watch. But if you follow my channel, I respect the fuck out you for doing it. You ain't got to. I respect you. That's what Greg don't understand. And the rest of it. So y'all keep talking about Mike. Mike can keep making that money. A lot of it too. Y'all just sad this motherfucking point. Especially one that don't even show their motherfucking face and just talk out their ass. Probably look like something that the blob shit out. I mean, just fucking horrible, man. Anyway, that's it, everyone. Hope you all have a safe weekend. I will be back next week to stream. I just had to get some content out because it's been a real busy week. I'm actually going to go do something now very important before the weekend kickoff because it's Halloween night. So I got to go do a lot of stuff and get ready for Halloween. And this weekend, I got stuff planned for the football game. Y'all won't be there. I will be doing some stuff this weekend. So I decided to come on and make two videos, technically 3. But 2 videos that I'm going to be releasing here probably over the weekend. So by the time you see this, it might be Saturday or Sunday. But they're coming. They're going to explain everything. Hope y'all have a safe weekend. And until next week, you guys stay safe. And boys, Savar Matner. Oh, and prayers to everyone affected by Hurricane Melissa, especially in Jamaica. I believe that status is going to change. I went on Facebook and said something. I believe once they do the final report on Hurricane Melissa, I expect it to be the first recorded hurricane in the Atlantic basin to make landfall with winds over 200 miles an hour. Period. There's too much data out there that supports that hurricane had 200 miles an hour winds right around that eye and in the inner eye wall. So I expect it to be the strongest hurricane in Atlantic history, south of Hurricane Allen in 1980 that never made landfall with winds of 190 miles an hour. So it would be Melissa making landfall with 200 miles an hour winds. Dorian made landfall in the Bahamas with 185 miles an hour winds. I still believe that hurricane had at least 195, maybe 200 miles an hour winds, but they had more actual real data from hurricane hunters because it wasn't flying over mountainous terrain, and the winds was corresponding with 180, 185. So I expect Melissa to be the first one in recorded history to hit a landmass with 200 sustained for 1 minute or more mile per hour winds. So I expect it to happen. So other than that, hearts out to Jamaica. If you can, send a donation. Do what you got to do. Let the people of Jamaica know you love them. In Cuba and the Bahamas, all the way through that chain that got affected by Melissa. And until next time, this has been Savar Matner. Everyone have a great weekend. And go Falcons. Peace.